Hello and welcome to the Purple Mafia YouTube channel. Pretty cool. It's, I'm about 17 years late, but here I am, the Purple Mafia YouTube channel. Too late? No, hopefully better late than never is what we're going for here at Purple Mafia Show, of course. Well, you're here, I hope. There's a tiny debate maybe you can start off with. Would you like me to wear this hat or... I'm not going to show you my hat. It's not a pretty sight, really. Well, probably no. Or this one, the North Stars or the Atlanta Flames. For now, I'll go with the Atlanta Flames. For now, kind of similar to what I used to wear when I was, Paladino. When I did the Paladino Live Minnesota Viking videos. Won't be the same as before, where there was a lot of editing, and that was basically all I did. There was no podcast yet, so. But want to kind of add another tentacle to the page, maybe put a shot in the arm, so to speak. That'd be great, but without it being anything bad for you, right? No, it's like a shot in the arm to the episode to kind of get things, I don't know. It feels like the show's been stagnant for the last several years, and a lot of people have been going on YouTube and been doing pretty well, so what the heck, we'll give it a shot. Obviously, probably like halftime conversation, maybe immediate post-game conversation. And, well, obviously right now, we want to talk about the current state of the Vikings, maybe very briefly. Obviously, very excited to have J.J. McCarthy in the fold as the main quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, at least most likely. Donovan Jackson was very happy with the pick, as you may have heard in the recent podcast of Purple Mafia. Again, it's a 17-year-old show, so... That's a long time, 17 years old. So it's been a minute, of course. Obviously, you have guys like Ty Felton. So you have some rookies joining the fold now. Ty Felton has signed his rookie contract. Kevin Bartholomew, gotta like that name, the tight end. That was one of the later picks. Kobe King. And then that was the linebacker, of course. And Tyron Ingram Dawkins. Say that fast 3 times. I guess Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. Defensive line signed with the Vikings. So great to have them in the fold. Of course, again, earlier, Minnesota Vikings, a lot of people excited about Brosmer joining the Minnesota Vikings. Max Brosmer, the former Gopher now, on April 22nd, signing with the Minnesota Vikings to at least be, an undrafted free agent and all of that good stuff. So we'll have to wait and see how that all turns out. I look a little older than I did back in the day with Paladino Live, where it was Minnesota Vikings versus the Chargers or something, talking about Adrian Peterson rushing for almost 300 yards in a game. That was a lot of fun and very exciting. But that's kind of, we're going to kind of do some of that a little bit again. And again, hope it's a shot in the arm for the show. If you're brand new seeing this, and you never heard of the Purple Mafia Show, the Purple Mafia Podcast, well, look it up, Purple Mafia. It's Purple Mafia on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Odyssey, several other possible podcasting apps, Player FM. I could go on probably forever. iHeartRadio, yeah, obviously that's one of the huge ones. So really happy to be on there, and just want to again give this show a shot in the arm. It needs it, obviously. And again, most people have a YouTube side to their podcast, and that's why they're doing well. And this show never has. I don't know. Video can be complicated, but then again, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be complicated. That's the fun part. And I just wear a hat. Maybe it looks a little better. And that's how that goes. Maybe I don't look as funky without a hat on. So, but welcome to planet Earth. I mean, a lot of people wear hats for a reason. So at the end of the day, again, very excited about this season. Probably good timing for this. So strike while the iron's hot. We have a new quarterback and the fan base is rejuvenated, really excited. Obviously the coach, Kevin O'Connell, everyone's excited about him. Unfortunately, again, over 2 in the postseason so far, but I got to think with J.J. McCarthy at some point in the not too distant future, we'll get our first playoff win, I would hope, and hopefully a lot more beyond that. Kind of like what Anthony Edwards has done to, again, put a shot on the arm for the Minnesota Timberwolves ever since he was the #1 overall pick in the draft. Hope the Timberwolves can continue their playoff run. It's been awesome. So it's been awesome for the most part anyway. A couple of ugly games against Golden State. And if you listen to Timberwolves Explosion podcast, you have a pretty good idea. Not a big fan of the Golden State Warriors, so... yeah, I really am not, for so many reasons. With all of that said, thank you so much for checking out the page. Please, please, please subscribe. Share it if you could. Share it. Let's get things going, and I'll be on probably more often than just than recording the podcast during this time of year. I tend to kind of disappear and go into hiatus. But maybe I could do this a little bit. And again, put a shot in the arm for the show. I keep using that term. You're probably sick of hearing it. Again, like halftime, short videos, maybe 3 minutes or less or something, an immediate post game. And then I'll say, yeah, the show will be out later tonight. Stay tuned and all that good stuff. And have yourself a wonderful evening, basically. Well, for all of you listening, thank you. And we will talk to you soon.